Hi, it's John Anthony with the FTE 217 Week 6 assignment. I'm going to talk about the dimpling of the barrel for gas block. I'm going to field strip it and show you about some or accessorize. I will accessorize the gun and if I want to do anything with the aftermarket trigger or anything. Right now, as you see, I have the weapon system that I put together for the class. Everything it is mil spec on everything is what came with it. It is safe and clear, no magazine inserted. Going to field strip it. Talk about a couple things. These barrels did come dimpled already. I don't have much, you know, training or anything actually doing the dimpling of a barrel. I did find it convenient of placing the gas block on. So I think, once I get comfortable with actually doing the process, I think I want to do dimple the barrel. As of right now, I don't want to, just because I feel like I'll mess up any barrel harmonics and mess up anything with the firearm. But I think I would do it just because it made the whole installing of the gas block a lot easier. Um, this is another bolt that I had in another weapon. The bolt that I had with that was provided with this gun. It was, man, that thing was so rough. The parts really, like taking the cam pin, taking everything out, it was super difficult, like to put back, as everything, like, it felt like it didn't line up. Everything wasn't to spec. But everything is completely taken apart, completely field stripped. What you want to do after shooting, servicing, cleaning, and just looking at things on your weapon that could be chipped, damaged, wear and tear that you want to kind of look at. I'm gonna put it back together, do a nice quick function test, talk about aftermarket triggers. These mil spec triggers that are provided aren't bad. I've shot a lot of mil spec triggers. Been in the military. My first weapon or my first firearm for duty usage was had a mil spec trigger. After switching not my line of work, but switching what I did on duty, I went to a tactical team, started running warrants, started being a little bit more high speed, as you would say. Start shooting a lot, start going to competition, start going to some tactical training, and just kind of want to push myself a little bit. Um, that being said, I did start. I did start looking into triggers and thought to myself like, maybe I do want to upgrade this trigger. Um, when I upgraded the trigger, I went to a Roz Armor trigger and thought the take up, and I thought everything with the trigger was pretty nice. I like shooting it. I thought the break was smooth. I thought the let up, the take up, the reset, I thought everything was pretty good on it. I'm not saying that the mil spec was bad, just switching to another trigger, it's just like, man, like this is it's like a huge difference. I was a faster shooter. Um, I would say controlling grouping was better, because once you get to like shooting, you should build drill with this thing at 7 yards. I mean, it's not really going to test your accuracy, test your speed. Start doing it and at distances like 40, 75 yards, which I do build drills now with my rifle. I noticed that trigger does help a lot in that aspect. Put it back together. We're gonna inspect this mil spec trigger. Doing drop tests. It is on safe right now. We're going to see if the pins or if it walks out and this thing fires, if the sear stays engaged, and things fire when it's not supposed to. So right now it's not supposed to fire. On safe. Did not hear it fire. I'm going to take it off of safe. This weapon is pointing in the same direction. Did not hear fire. Let's test the trigger. It went off like it's supposed to. Let's reset it. Let's put it back on safe. And that's actually drop testing. Let's put some force on the buffer to see if this thing is going to force it the sear and force it to fire. Point in the safe direction. did not fire. Take it off of safe. Point safe direction. I'm getting some nice thuds on the ground. Trigger, safe direction. Fire. Perfect. Everything's lining up. Everything works. Now, I'm going to show you duty rifle. If I want to get this rifle ready for myself for training, which I probably will do because I need another training rifle because I've been running my gun really heavy. Some things that I want to do to this rifle that I did to my rifle. What I do to all my rifles, I do work night shift. So first things first is have a weapon mounted light on it. Try to put that weapon mounted light on it. Try to get it, usable in the nighttime where I work. I push my weapon mounted light on the mount forward because I do have a suppressor and don't want that, suppressor shadow to get in the way. I want as much light on my target as possible. Red dots, I do use a mount. I do use a riser for my mount just because, I could wear NVGs or I could wear a gas mask with a helmet on. And I kind of want, don't want my cheek weld to kind of mess that up. This thing is safe and clear, by the way. Nothing in there. Got a bunch of stuff. Sling is mandatory. Change the grip on this thing. I am left-handed shooter, so with this gun from SDI, I will probably switch everything for ambi to make it work. This is the Rise Armament trigger that I was talking about. It is completely flat. We will talk about it. I do have ambi safety selector switch on here. We're going to do a little pull test on it. It's a straight trigger, which I love. It's going to be so light. So light. Helps me shoot pretty fast. Helps me shoot pretty good. Keeps it controlled. I do have anti-walk pins on it, just so I don't want any time. I don't want this gun going off at any time because this trigger is a little bit lighter. I want this thing to stay where it's supposed to be and be where it's supposed to be. So I do have anti-walk pins to keep that trigger that I dropped in here completely still, completely safe. A couple other things I do have, hand guard, just so I can get a nice C-clamp on it. This sling is a big thing. Sling is a big thing to make it mobile, make it agile, to make me have this thing stuck to my body at all times. This is another PCC that I have. Literally, I build every rifle, everything the same. Everything's mid-length gas system, adjustable gas blocks on it. Probably will throw an adjustable gas block on here. Ambi safeties, ambi controls, another riser on my red dot, and a light. So everything suppressor, everything's ran, the completely the same way. That does have a Geisley SES trigger on it, and it is also pretty nice. It's kind of crazy talking about triggers like that. Once you get that mil-spec off the mil-spec trigger, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but once you use another trigger another single-stage trigger that just has easier let up and is softer, like, oh man, it's kind of hard to go back. But we will talk more next week on the week 7 assignment. It was kind of cool talking about what I kind of use and what I kind of prefer. I will see you next week. Thank you for your time.